very, very intelligent, and that he can broaden my horizons and my mindset on cooking, on wealth, on entrepreneurship, and I just want to learn more from him.
My expectations for the Chefpreneur Academy is to pretty much learn different aspects of the food service and learn more techniques and more so the business side. When I was in A school with Chef Ponder, that was real long ago. So, I mean, me myself, it's always great to see people you know, people that you've worked with be successful in and outside the Navy. I love the aspect because a lot of people don't understand how what you do in the Navy can transfer to the civilian world, and you can be successful with what you learn in the Navy. So one thing, I'm an open book. I never stop learning. So I never have the aspect that I can't learn something new. So I'm absolutely sure there's going to be new stuff that I will learn here that I'll be able to put in my toolbox to use when I do retire.
Being that it's day 4 at Chefpreneur Academy, things are going great. I really appreciate being able to come here. We're in the kitchen now. We're prepping right now. Being that we're in teams right now, the communication is going great. We got 2 people out here setting up the tables. I got my 2 other
Muted. All right, there we go. Mic unmuted. What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Chef Ponder, and welcome to another episode, Chefpreneur Academy. We're building International Sunday. Oh man, I'm super excited tonight, all the way from Nigeria. You know, last Sunday we had South Africa in the building. This Sunday we got Nigeria in the building. Chef is going to come on here and introduce himself to everybody who he is. Chef, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Chef Ponder? It's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thanks, man. And I apologize for the late start. I just came from family house, was eating, man. You know, it's the holiday weekend for us here, so had to go get some good
All right.
food, man. Thanks for joining me, man. Thanks for your patience. How's everything going?
Everything's going great. It's my pleasure. It's pretty late here, but what can I say? For the love of the
Great.
program, got to do this.
Great. So we're just gonna jump right into it for the sake of time, man. How long have you been chefing, and kind of give us some backdrop to your story about who you are, how you got into the culinary industry.
All right. My name is Chef Tap. Culinary name is Chef Tap. Real name is Tachia Tehide Joji. I've been cooking since 2016, but before that, I had an interest in cooking, but never really pursued it per se. So there was a time in my life where I actually, like, when I was done with school, I was looking for a job. I actually got depressed at a point in time in my life because I was really looking for something to do. So my girlfriend of then, who's currently now my wife, encouraged me as, all right, look, you love cooking. Why not go into it? So I'm like, all right, fine. Let me try it out. Then from there, I tried it out, went for one cooking competition. That's where I met Chef Stone of Reddish Chronicles. He gave me a shot. I finished the program that I did. I studied continental cuisine. From there, I left, worked with a couple of other chefs. Then I went back to Reddish Chronicles, where currently I'm a professional chef instructor. I teach people how to cook there, but on the side, I run my own personal business, Andy's Cuisine. So I teach people how to cook, and I also do my own private dining thing.
Dang, bro. So in totality, how many years have you been cooking professionally? Would you say 10, under 10 years, or what?
No, under 10 years right now. So
Under
I'll
10,
say probably I'll give it six. Yeah.
6 years. Okay, so you're
Professionally, I'll give it six.
still fairly new to the industry then. Okay, cool. Um, have you been to the States at all?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Hopefully
is it?
one day.
I was just going to ask you that. Is it your desire to try to come to the States at some point?
It's my desire to travel the world. I need to
There you go.
experience food everywhere.
Yes,
I
sir.
love food.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what's your favorite dish of all times?
Of all time, honestly, I have to go Nigerian. As in, it's a food like my native people cook. from a tribe here in Nigeria called the Tea people. It's in Benue State. So there's a food called pounded yam, and there's a soup that we make with sesame seed. Who knows? Maybe if you come over to Nigeria one day, I'll make it for you.
Listen, my goal is to get over there to Nigeria. Um, listen, as a matter of fact, I have a couple stops to make now. I have to go to South Africa first to get with Chef down there, come see you in Nigeria. And I just got off the
Nice.
phone with a chef friend of mine from Kenya. So I have a couple
All
stops
right.
to make when I get over there. Um, when it comes to classically trained, are you classically trained? Do you have any class? Because I heard you worked under a chef. You called his name. I think I looked him up. Um,
Yeah, Chef Stone.
Chef Stone. Is he still with
Yeah.
us, or did he pass away? Is he still with us? I think
No,
I.
okay, no, who I initially started training with, Chef Emeka, he's late at the
Okay.
moment. But when I was done, I went back to Red Dish, so I'm currently under Chef Stone right now. Yeah, he's personally trained. Yes, professionally trained right now.
Okay.
He
Okay.
even studied there in the US.
Okay. Cool. Now the schools like the Cordon Bleu and CIA, all those schools. Do you have any desire to possibly try to get in one of those schools one day, or you think you got enough tools under your belt right now?
No, I don't have enough. No knowledge is wasted. You can never stop learning. So if I get the
Facts.
opportunity, of course, I'm definitely going to go. I love learning. I love giving out the knowledge that I even get to people. Because what am I
Facts.
doing with the knowledge? I'm going to die one day, and what the heck? Why not give it while you can?
That's true, and that's one thing that I often tell people all the time, and especially when I have an opportunity to get around chefs. That I mean, I've been professionally cooking myself for like 23 years. You know, I have
All right,
10 years in the Navy cooking professionally, then 13
nice.
now out, and my journey was uh, even while in the Navy, I cooked for a lot of people at first. Like I cooked on an
All right.
aircraft carrier, one of our biggest ships. So it's like 5,000 people, 7 days a week,
Wow.
right, for like 2 years. Then
How?
I was fortunate enough to work for the admiral, which is the boss of the entire fleet. So I went from
Yeah.
5,000 people to like 12 people. Uh, and of course, in the military, first starting off, they don't teach you fine dining off the rip. It's
Yeah.
mass producing just a whole bunch of food. So I had to go to two or three different schools to learn how to do fine dining while in the military, right? But while I was in there, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to cook for a lot of celebrities like Bruce Willis and Celine Dion and Chuck
Nice.
Norris and President Bush. And this is way back before there was an Instagram or Facebook was popular. It's back during MySpace time, so it's years ago. So there
Yeah.
was no celebrity chef going on. But when I transitioned out of the military, I had set my sights on becoming an executive chef without even understanding the ropes of first being a line cook and then being probably a sous chef and then a chef de cuisine,
Yeah.
then an executive chef. So I went through all those ropes. Then I became a food and food service director, a food and beverage director, and a food production manager.
Nice.
Everything but own a restaurant. I make that point to say, do you look to own your own restaurant one day?
Yeah, I really do look to own my restaurant one day. And honestly, from so far my journey so far, it's not just I'm not looking for people that okay, all of a sudden, yeah, I know how to cook, just trying to brush up. No, I love looking for those people that
Hmm.
don't really know how to cook because I believe that you can shape them the way you want. And besides that, I'm looking for that desire in people
Right.
to learn how to cook because in that way you can actually bring out that raw material, that passion in them. Because honestly, I really want to own my place, train people how to cook, just keep the knowledge going out there.
Facts. Facts. Do you have any traditional dishes that was kind of passed down from like your parents or grandparents? Some of those traditional dishes that I guess passed down. Anything that sticks out to you?
All right, here's the thing. I'm not really, my family isn't really a traditional cooking family per se.
Hmm.
So when actually came out, I'm like, all right, I'm the only boy out of about five girls, right? So
Wow.
eventually, yeah. So I never really used to go into the kitchen. So eventually,
Gotcha.
when after school and everything, they now found out, oh, you want to be a chef? Why?
Yeah.
You went to school, where's your certificate? Use your degree.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've tried looking for work, it ain't working. So what do you want me to do? I have to make a living
Yep.
and I love cooking. So why not? Why not I do what I love? So at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like I'm actually stressing myself because I'm doing what I love. I'm getting paid to do what I love. it's a win-win situation. So concerning things that were passed down, nothing per se, but a lot of the food stuff I ate growing up has influenced a lot of the things
Hmm.
I cook. So that's where it comes. That's where it now boils down to the food fusion kind of thing. Because Nigeria is blessed with so many ingredients that we can play around with. So based on my working with various chefs plus my training, I look for ways that I can play around with these local ingredients that we have here in Nigeria and fuse them based on, with the continental cooking styles that I've learned from various places, various chefs, and all whatnot. So in that way, I'm creating a bridge between our African local ingredients and continental cuisine. So that's what gave birth to my interest in food fusion.
And I think you just mentioned, but I read somewhere where you have this thing called Afrofusion,
Yeah.
right? What is Afrofusion to people who don't know what that is?
All right. Afrofusion, as the word implies, Afro, African. The ingredients originally across Africa. So I'm here in Nigeria. So basically, it's mainly the ingredients I find here locally in Nigeria. Then the fusion comes whereby I fuse continental cuisine into those ingredients. All right. Like let me give you an example of the bat now. So there's an ingredient that we use melon seeds here locally. We call it egusi. All right. So it's a little seed. I wish I had some. I would have bought some to show you right now. So we normally use it to make our soups that we used to eat, like with stuff like powdered yam, egusi. So I blend those seeds. When I started off one of my food events, so what I did was egusi breaded chicken. For example, the way you guys have your Kentucky Fried Chicken, your KFC chicken, now you coat it with egusi and deep fry it. So in that
Hmm.
way, I'm now making something like a chicken nugget with our local ingredients here.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's interesting. And I
Yeah.
also read that are you a culinary instructor, or did you work as a culinary teacher at some point, or you just went to the school? Did I read that right?
Yeah, you're ready, right? Right now, I am currently actually a culinary instructor at Red Dish Chronicles. Red Dish Chronicles happens to be the biggest culinary school right now in West Africa and East Africa. So we're gradually growing, and a good number of our students that come and train under us actually get certification and go out to other states and other countries to even get to cook. So we have a number of students so far that have gone to as far as there are some are in the US, some are in the UK, some even recently went to Dubai as well.
Oh wow,
So
wow!
we're growing. We're trying our best so far. This year happens to be our 10th anniversary as well of the culinary school.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you
a
very much.
huge achievement. That's a huge achievement. I actually had inbox somebody. I guess I'm not sure who gets the messages, but um, from the institution, because I wanted
All right.
to see about getting some of those chefs over to a streaming app called the Avenue, where you guys can like cook live or whatever live. You guys can actually
Yeah.
earn money while you're cooking for free. You know what I'm saying? Like just turn your camera on and cook. So I'm going to send them an email next week, and hopefully I can get somebody over there. If not, I'll bug you to get
Nope.
somebody to talk to me about it.
Um, as long as it has to do with growth, I'm definitely interested. And don't worry, you can reach out to
For sure.
me. I'll put out the word and we can get started from there.
For
Anything to
sure.
help all of us grow, why not? Because we have a whole number of students that will really be interested in the opportunities to grow. Because some of them finish and they are now looking for how to get their foot in the culinary world. So the avenue is actually a great avenue for them to actually get started.
There you go. There you go. Great stuff. Now, how long is the class there? Like, is it like a 1 year, 2 year situation, or
Excuse me.
how long do I have to a person have to attend the institution before they graduate?
All right. There at Reddish Chronicles, we have a number of courses. We have a few courses. So there's the continental cuisine that goes for a couple of weeks. Then there's now the professional cuisine that cuts across a couple of months. There's the patisserie, there's bread making, then there's the combination professional course where you do both the cuisine and the patisserie courses. But in between, it's not just all about the cooking aspect. We also give you a number of theory aspects, a number of practical exercises. Then we also run a few exams where you get the real life experience of actually having to cook under pressure, and whereby we invite guests from the outside who will pay for tickets to come in and actually experience what the students are going through. We also take the students on excursions, It's a full
Wow.
process for them. So we start all the way from the basics, knife skills, making your
Yeah.
stock, all the way to now getting basket ingredients like how you guys did on Chopped. Play around, make something work for us, and from there, so we also work on their creativity, and we also increase their knowledge in the culinary aspect as well.
Nice. Nice. And I taught culinary school total for about 7 years total. But I taught at different
Nice.
institutions. I taught at Stratford University, Culinary Science, Art Institute, and Athens Technical College here in Georgia, which is real close to Atlanta. But I actually
Mhm.
taught culinary school, and it's one of the things that I appreciate about the industry. Now I have the ability to regurgitate and teach a lot of things that I've learned over these two decades. And when I saw the institution, I'm like, wow, that's real nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons. And
Yeah,
hopefully at some point this year we can work something out. But I would love to come over there and just observe, man, and watch you guys and possibly give a little bit of input on some of the things we have over here. Plus, I have tons of culinary books and tons of just like things that I want to bring over there.
nice.
The gentleman that I talked to that was from Kenya was telling me that one of the toughest things for some of his students right now in Nigeria is, I mean, not Nigeria, in Kenya
Okay,
is,
yeah.
and just the equipment. Like, do you guys have any issues with equipment? Are you guys pretty much fully equipped? Are you guys sponsored by anybody? You know, books, knives, everything you got. Do you have everything you need? Of course, 10 years, I'm pretty sure you do at this point. But in the beginning, do you know anything about the history when they started off? Like, how do they get their supplies and stuff going?
All right. Based on history from, I'm sure if you speak to Chef Stone, he'll give you a better insight into the history of how everything came about. But
Yeah.
initially, when he started the culinary school, he actually started in his home kitchen. All right, small
Wow.
space in his home kitchen. Then from there, because he had the interest, from there people, oh, come and eat for free, that kind of thing. So over time, it now became something. I'll say, oh, I want to learn from you. Teach me a few stuff. So he started graduates. The place started progressing from there, from one
Nice.
small space to a bigger space. Eventually, he had to move out of his house because too many people now
People,
wanted to learn
yeah.
from him. So he
Yeah.
had to go around the space. The school started expanding. First, he started in Lagos State, Nigeria. So eventually, he now came to Abuja. That was about, was it 2015 or so, I can't remember when exactly, but I happened to be around the second batch at that point in time that got into the school. And funny enough, how I got in, I did a cookie competition where I now went there. Then Chef Stone saw, oh, this guy is really picking up and is interested in this. So I actually did my culinary studies under him as a scholarship.
Nice.
So it's from there that I started graduating. So in terms of what we need, yeah, we're growing. And another thing is that getting some of these things sometimes can be challenging, and it's
Yeah.
pretty expensive when we have to start importing them. But he's got Chef Stone so far has tried to a large extent in getting some of these things, and trust me, we always need a lot of things because of maintaining a culinary school is not easy. There's maintenance every session that runs by, things get damaged, so we need to replace certain things. Yeah, we have a small library, so there are a number of books there that students still go in to use every now and then. And likewise, us chef instructors definitely also use the library and some of the equipment that we have around there and all whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, again, at some point, we'll circle back to that conversation, and hopefully, I can connect with them and get some good stuff going. I want to talk about a couple of things on your Instagram. One was you said breakfast in Marduka. Am I saying that right?
Excuse
Marcuda,
McCordy.
Makota.
McCordy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening here? What are we
All
making?
right. Okay, what's happening right there? Okay, this is street food. All right. A
Hmm.
lot of people in Nigeria know what this is. So, how will I pronounce it for you? Can you say okpa?
Akba.
Okpa.
Ok.
All right, but the okpa, it's a traditional food that we have here in Nigeria. But the proper, okay, I'm from a tribe called Thief people. How we
Uh-huh.
pronounce it is akpukpa.
Akupat.
No,
I'm
you'll be
probably tearing
fine.
that
Don't,
up. I
don't,
know. I'm
don't
tearing
don't
that
don't
up.
don't hurt yourself. All right. So what's happening there? All right, this lady that you're seeing here, what happens is that This lady comes out as early as 5 a.m.,
Wow.
5, 6 a.m. to start cooking.
Yeah.
And before noon, she's sold out. The street food. So
Wow.
it's a what if you check the next post after, I think the next slide after this, you'll see the food inside a food warmer. So they get these banana leaves. So it's bambara nuts that is normally used. So they heat the bambara nuts turned into powder, cooked with all the onion, pepper, and all those stuff together, well
Mm-hmm.
seasoned. It's now in a liquid form, tied in those banana leaves and steam cooked in a pot. As you see, it's inside up the video now. You see it's firewood that was being used. So it's steam cooked and it's like, what texture should I now give it? So anyway, it's solid.
Yeah.
All right. So it's bambara nuts. Do you know bambara nuts?
No, no, brother.
All
What I'm doing is taking notes while you're talking. I'm taking notes because I want to do some Afro fusion too. So, but I never heard of it. Though. Please continue. Yeah.
all right. All right. It's okay. What you're saying was made with bambara nuts. Also, likewise, we also make this with beans. So the ones made with beans is called moi moi.
Moi moi. I
All
can
right.
say that.
Yeah, moi moi. So yeah, you can say that you won't hurt yourself with that. So it's a nice delicacy. It's simple street food that is made various places. Sometimes if you were, in fact, sometimes here in Nigeria, you see some women even hawking it on the streets. It's casual street food breakfast thing that you have going on here.
Mm, nice, nice. So, do you incorporate any of the street food recipes in your recipe and try to elevate it a little bit? Because I know there's something that happens over here in the states a lot. A lot of chefs. For example, we have this thing called it's called street corn. Everybody knows street corn is right. But
Yeah.
there's multiple ways to elevate street food. Is this something that you try to do also in your cooking?
Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah, I also dabble around with those ingredients because, all right, as I said, what I love to do is the food fusion thing.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot of these ingredients, this street food, is our local stuff here. So we just play around with them. So there's this leaf also that we use. It's called scent leaf.
Scent
It has
leaf.
a yeah, scent leaf,
Okay.
right? It almost smells like basil,
Okay.
but it's just yeah, it smells like basil, but just a little bit stronger. So because of that similarity with them, you could actually use scent leaves to now make a pesto.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you get. So it's just looking for those ingredients that are closely related to what you guys what is commonly used around and playing around with it to create that Afro fusion.
Nice, nice. Now, is this your garden? Is this a garden right here, dog? Like, what's going on here?
All right. This is you. Do you know yam?
Yep, yep, yep. I'm gonna tell you a story about
All
yams. Go
right.
ahead. Continue. Yeah.
All right. So this Christmas, me and my family had to happen to go to my village, as in that's my roots of where my great, as in where my generation started from. All right. So we
Hmm.
went to spend Christmas over there. Very, very native. Some people even still stay in huts, but trust me, a lot of people have houses, but we still keep a few things traditional there. So
Yeah.
these are the yam farms. So the yams are actually the head of the tubers are actually
Hmm.
planted on the ground. So
Hmm.
after a couple of months, when the farming season is done, the harvesting. So now we're in the harvesting season. So when people go to the farm, as you can see in the post there, the previous in the video, you see a lady roasting the yam with some firewoods there. So it's normal. That's my dad there. So he was just giving us a tour of and giving us some brief history there. So anyway, this
Continue.
place, this picture right now, that's how a lot of people actually eat their lunch there when they go to the farm. So they just harvest the yam straight from the ground, pick some dry sticks, heat it up, create a fire, roast the yam direct there on the farm. Then if you happen to go to the farm with a little sauce or palm oil and some
Yeah.
salt, straight oil, just have quick lunch while working on the farm.
Nice. Now, for those people will watch those who are watching right now. Thank y'all for tuning in, and those who will watch it later. In the states, we call those sweet potatoes. You got. I know, right? So there's a couple things that and this is all story. Like nobody can confirm
Yeah,
for sure, but
yeah,
two things that came from Africa over to America either before or during the voyage of supposed the transatlantic slave trade, and that was okra and
yeah.
yams. Now,
All right.
We say yams over here, but we're really talking about sweet potatoes, which
All
is
right.
also a tubular, but it's way smaller. Like yams are huge. Looks like elephant
Yeah.
trunks. Huge. Sweet potatoes are very small and orange. We make sweet potato pies out of it. Um, but th- those things traditionally for us are symbolic to what yams represent for y'all in Africa. So typically in the states we would say sweet potato yams or sweet potatoes period. And yams,
All
however,
right.
are they sweet? I never had a yam, traditional yam. Is it
All
sweet
right.
at all? Is it sweet or just like a
Um,
regular potato?
I won't call it sweet potato. All right. Here's the thing: we have yams, we have sweet potatoes, and we have Irish potatoes as well. All
Yeah,
right. The sweet
yeah.
potatoes come in a number of colors. There's the red, there's the pale, as in the skin. All right.
Hmm.
So sweet potatoes have that sweetness to them, as you have already said. That slight
Hmm.
sweetness to them when you cook them. Whereas yam is more of, let me say, bland per se. So just a little salt goes a long way in seasoning yams. So yams, you could boil them, as you can see on the farm. You could the farm there. You could boil them, you could roast them, you could deep fry them, you could roast them, you could boil them. There's this traditional food that we have here called pounded yam. So there we boil the yam, then we pound it like how you would traditionally make a mash, right? Boil it, pound it, then really mold it into a nice ball and serve it with whatever soup you're gonna eat it with.
Interesting, interesting. And I feel like it needs to be more of that international um, um, connection when it comes to food because a lot of people they don't know. And this looks
Yeah,
like some plant. Is this plantains?
yeah,
Plantains?
that's
Yep.
plantain. That's plantain boats. If I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Now this looks dope as hell right here.
Thanks.
Chickpea. What you make put on top of it?
Crap. I can't.
Hold
Oh,
on.
what did I even put it in?
Uh,
Oh,
I don't
boy,
know.
what did I put it in?
I'm
I
just gonna
really
go
can't remember.
because it looks good as hell. Looks
I
delicious.
can't.
Is
I I really can't remember right now what I put in that.
that's okay. Is veganism big over there in Nigeria?
Um,
You know over here
it's not.
like vegan's a big thing over here.
All right, not the traditional, the average Nigerian isn't a vegan, but yeah, I do know a couple of vegans. There's this office that I cook for every once in a while. They have like two vegans among their staff of 14, if I'm not mistaken. So whenever they have an occasion, they always say, "Oh yeah, please remember our vegan staff." Yeah, vegans is something that happens around here, but it's not very common per se. But there's a large number of them around.
Dang, bro, that's what's up, man. Now, let's get to talking to all of the junior chefs. If I'm an up and coming chef in Nigeria, like this is like year one, two for me,
Yeah.
wanting to be a chef. What advice would you give any private chef in Nigeria that's up and coming, like just getting started?
Just getting started. All right, I'll tell you never to give up hope because sometimes it gets really discouraging, honestly. So never give up hope. You'll keep on, no matter, and keep practicing. When you cut yourself, you will heal. Keep on. You will burn yourself. You will heal. Move on. You will burn food a good number of times. No problem. You will make food that tastes horrible, but do not let this bad experience hold you down. Instead, use them as a stepping stone to push yourself and move forward. Feeling bad has never helped anyone move forward. So instead of looking at the negative side of it, look at the positive side. You're learning from the experience, and as you keep on pushing, you're gonna keep getting better. There's no there's no limit to how far you can go.
That's
Honestly,
facts.
I may be in a position where I'm teaching people right now, but what I always hope for is that yes, definitely whoever I teach is going to become greater than me because
Mm,
I feel like it's going to be a blessing to me. Because
yep.
one day these people can look back and say, "Oh my God, yes, Touch taught me this. He helped me in
Yes,
this aspect of my life." That's one blessing I can always take away from my life, in my life for sure.
for sure. That's solid, bro. Sound advice.
Thank you.
What was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome being a private chef?
Ah, all
I know
right.
it's so
Being a
many.
private,
What sticks out to you though?
oh, one of the challenges I've had so far is that you meet clients. Everybody has different taste palettes.
Yeah.
And sometimes, okay, somebody can call me, all right, I want to come and cook for this number of people.
Yeah.
I get there, I'm cooking, I serve the food. So because of some people have a very because of these various ceasefires that I have to cut across, I need to create a balance. I need to create a balance to satisfy everyone. Some of these clients always want to have the Nigerian flavor still in what's there. They will still want it to be dominant. Nigerians eat as in the average Nigerian likes food that has a lot of pepper, strong seasoning, strong spices. So sometimes you have to cut across to make sure you deliver that and also not make it overpowering.
That's
So
facts.
cutting across various taste palettes is quite a challenge every now and then.
Facts. Facts. What's the biggest thing that you learned, like personally as a chef? And I'm gonna give you an example. And I know you're making a point that you never stop learning, but on the
Yeah.
on the culinary side of the house, is it anything as far as like ingredients goes that you were intimidated to work with, and you finally got a chance to work with it? You was like, oh, that was pretty easy, or like, I got to get better at that. What thing you got to get better at? Is, is it your knife cuts? Is it your fillets? Is it your sauce making? Is it your sauteing? Like, what culinary thing that you just look to master one day?
huh. Plating.
Plate. Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
plating
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Plating because oh my god, plating. I don't even start with that. It's plating, honestly.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me too is plating. But you know what I learned, though, bro? I learned that
Right.
as a chef, man, you got to kind of create your own plating technique, because I know chefs that can make food look like art on a plate. Like that shit,
Yeah.
like, damn, do I eat it or hang it on my wall? Like it looks beautiful. Um,
Yeah.
and I found myself getting discouraged trying to, I wouldn't say copy what they were doing, but at least
All right.
emulate what they were doing. And what I
Yeah.
ended up doing, man, was just create my own rustic style. I'm from
Yeah.
I'm from Georgia or from Atlanta, whatever the case is. It's known to be country and rustic. So, with my culinary background, I try to take those rustic ingredients and still make them look upscale. So I wouldn't just slap mashed potatoes on
Yeah.
a plate. I would use a ring mold. I would make sure I would use different
Yeah.
types of plates and whatever the case is. But you got to kind of own, create, and own your own style of plating.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes that can be hard, especially if you have
Mm-hmm.
classical training, because you want to kind of live up to those notes of being a classical trained chef, and sometimes your food makes it look like you know what you're doing. But
Yeah.
my shit is rustic. It's clean though. It's clean plating, and I understand
Yeah.
plating, height, garnish, edible garnish. I use those
Yeah.
basic techniques and make my stuff still look good. So I agree with you wholeheartedly when it comes to plating, because plating for me is not my strong point at all either. I know how to plate, but when it comes to making it look
Yeah.
real cute, hey, I'm at a freaking loss, man. So, but
Yeah.
at any rate, do you currently have any chefs working under you right now or training with you personally? Because I know that's how you kind of got started, was training under a chef.
Yeah. All right. Training under me. Yes. Currently, I have two steady chefs that always come back to me every time. So whenever I have a personal job, in fact, they always call me. Oh, Chef Tak, what's up? Anything for the weekend? I'm like, no, not now. Just take it easy. I think I even got a call from one of them a few days ago. What's
Hmm.
up? Anything? Please, I want to come. So yeah, I have a number of people that I have steady that work with me. But besides that, there are the colors who I'm working. I have a good number of students that are always like, please, we want to work with you. Like, give us a call. But yeah, I have a good number of people that always call every now and then that they want to do some work with me. So I'm still
That's
trying to
good.
create a balance. So I just say, okay, I'll take this batch today. Maybe tomorrow I'll take another batch and see how it goes. So at least let me see how I can create give them some experience out there in the field.
Great. Have you ever considered going on one of the cooking shows like Chop, or Top Chef, or any of those shows at all?
Here's the thing, I would love to go for one of those. And funny story,
Uh huh.
how I actually started cooking was from cooking shows. So the first time I actually even went for a cooking show was Northeast Quest here in Nigeria, season three. So what happened was that you had to apply online. So
Hmm.
I applied online. I didn't fill my application. I let the thing go. So a few days late, as a few days to the deadline of the application for the competition, I got an email saying, "Yo, your application is incomplete. Please fill it up." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that." I just picked up my phone, just filled it up, just sent like whatever, and it come true. So what
Yeah.
happened? I now got an email. Okay, I qualified. All right, I got to the hall where it was gonna happen in one of the hotels. They were
Uh-huh.
in okay, we're over 700 people competing for 4 slots in the whole
How
of northern, as in middle to north Nigeria.
how many people?
700. They were picking only four out of over 700.
Jeez.
It was a stiff as in, I was like, oh my god, how is this gonna happen? Funny enough, the first day they screened all 700 people. So it started early in the morning. I was leaving there around 9, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. I mean, I happened to be among the first group of people. So out of 700, they screened us
Uh,
to about 33, 34, 33, 34. The next day, we all come, the 33, 34 of us. So each person steps into the room. There was a table with random ingredients, and there were 3 judges. So these judges were like, okay, pick any. When I stepped in, they said, pick any 2 ingredients.
yeah.
I picked carrots and something else. They told me, okay, off the top of your head, you have 30 seconds. Create, as in theoretically, create 3 course meal. Starter, main, dessert with these 3 ingredients being the key stuff. I was like, whoa. In fact, before I even started talking, my left leg was just shaking. I don't know
Nervous.
why. It was just
Yeah.
yeah, it was just vibrating out of control. Out of control. So I now one of the judges looked at me. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with this leg. All of them started laughing. I now stood on one leg and was talking to them. As I literally stood on one leg, spoke to them, gave them my idea, everything. One of the judges was like, "Yeah, he's good to go." The second judge was like, "No, he can't go. He's too nervous." The third judge just looked at me. You know
Wow.
what? You know what? Come and shake my hand. I don't come and shake your hand. Unfortunately, you're going to the next round. I'm like, oh my god. Oh,
Oh, you
so
had a
that's how I
heart
scaled
attack.
through. you know, excuse.
Mm,
So after the whole screening of the whole day, so eventually they now called all 34 of us. Said, all right, these are the 4 people that are going to go through. So they first called a few set of people, come and stand. I
yeah.
happen to be among them. So okay, you're going home. You're going home. You're going home. Touch, come over. You, one of the judges started shaking his head. His name is Chef Freggs. He's a celebrity chef here in Nigeria. He
Uh-huh.
started shaking his head. You know what? Give me your hand. You're going through the next round. I almost collapsed at that point in time
Wow.
because I happened to be among the first person from the whole northern Nigeria out of
Yeah.
700 to qualify
Wow,
for that
man.
competition. So in my mind, I was like, do I even know how to cook? How did I make it this through? How did I make it through here? So anyway, long story short, we now picked 4 people out of the 30 people from northern Nigeria. We went to Lagos, Nigeria. When we got to Lagos, Nigeria, we were about 20 something in total. We started cooking various competitions. I got knocked out from there. I applied for another cooking competition that was younger, cerebral. So that cooking competition, we're now asked to come up with any dish of any kind, just and get people to like it, vote for it on YouTube. I made something, put it out there, couscous and periwinkle stir fry. I remember it's even on my YouTube channel that I've not used in ages. Anyway, I put it out there. I got the most likes and most views. So from here,
Nice.
Abuja, Nigeria, flew to Lagos, compete among 4. I think we're 4 people, 4 or 5, 6 people.
Mhm.
I can't remember exactly. So all of us, they now gave us random ingredients, cook 3 course meal in this amount of time. We did everything, presented it. So at that competition, I now came third place. So came third, came back to Abuja. So part of the prize from that competition was that I was
Uh-huh.
going to visit Reddish Chronicles. That time they just started in Abuja. So I sent a message to them, all right, I'm based in Abuja, Nigeria, I'm not in Lagos. Please, can I attend the classes here in Abuja?
Yeah.
Getting here to Abuja, I went for the first class. It was fun. Seemed to know more than the rest, but it was fun. Second class, I went in again, spoke to them. It was fun. Third class, I went in. That's when Chef Sona called me aside, like, all right, that the competition actually said I was meant to attend only 2 classes just to have a feel of the place. And if I want to continue, I pay. But since he has seen that I have the interest, he's giving
Yeah.
me a full scholarship. So that's where my
Damn,
journey
bro.
began. yeah, so
Wow.
from there, I've just been moving on. It's been an exciting journey. So one thing that's happened to me is that my own life story has kind of made me to see what should I say? Find hope in people. Like, I'll permit you to use that because there's so many people I've met so far that they are really looking to find their footing in this culinary industry. So when I see, oh, this person is lost, but this person has that fire in them, they just need direction. I'm always willing to help in whatever way I can.
And that's me, bro. That's a phenomenal
Yeah.
story, man. Like I'm like, dang.
Yes.
The whole time, like the whole time you tell me, like, did he make it? Did you make it? Like, what happened? Shit.
It's been an amazing
Damn, he
journey
had me
so far,
nervous. Yeah,
man.
he had me nervous as hell. Like, did you make it? Did you make it? What happened? But uh,
Mm,
phenomenal story, man. And I'm so glad
yeah,
that you were blessed and able to, you know, go from 700 people.
yeah,
Do you
hmm,
know how much of a blessing that is, man? To be amongst 700, and then coming
yeah,
all the way down, and the 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 real goal out of that, or the real prize I should say out of that, was you got a full scholarship, like
yeah,
to go to this culinary school, and then you were able to take it where you were from and not have to travel. And
yeah,
look where you are now. So that's just the beginning for you. That's just the
yeah,
beginning, I think. That's just the beginning for a lot of stuff, man. So, but
hmm,
I just want to tell you, man, thank you. Once again, brother, for doing this live. We're gonna do it again for sure, and I'm gonna get some stuff
thank you
together.
so much.
Hey, thanks, man, because I know it's like what 1 a.m., 2 a.m. over there. Where you at?
It's to 2 a.m. I have work. I have school run in the morning. I have to go to work, so no
I,
problem. I'll
I,
be fine.
and listen, man, I appreciate you so much, brother. I won't take any more of your time, man. Thank you so much for hopping on here with me, man, and chatting up with me. Before you go, I want you, because people are going to watch this. It's all over my YouTube. My YouTube is
Yeah,
going crazy. Feel free to share it on yours if you want to as well.
yeah,
Um,
will do.
share some words of wisdom with um, a chef that may see this. Just
All right,
what
all
would you
right,
say?
but before I answer your question, I have a
Hmm.
question for you.
What's up? Shoot.
All right, so yeah, so I went through your Instagram page, read your story and everything. I just wanted to ask you, something, what keeps you going?
There's something inside of me, man. And I'll be remiss if I didn't say that it was truly the creator that
Mm,
keeps me going. Because a lot of times, man, this isn't the most glorious job being a chef, or for
yeah.
most people being a cook or food service worker. When COVID happened here and everything shut down, myself along with a lot of other my great chef friends, it hit us really hard. Like we went from
Mm,
doing 50, 60 hour work weeks to just being at home.
mm-hmm,
I know institutions like the American Culinary Federation started up chat groups for depression. So depression hit
mm,
us big time, and
yeah.
it's something that I battled with for a long time, was kind of being depressed and being stagnant. And even when chefs like you, or up and coming cooks or whatever, look at my page, look at my story, it looks like I've hit every freaking facet of culinary. I still feel incomplete. I still feel like
Mm,
there's stuff that I could do better. And I have celebrity chef friends that have gone on and surpassed what I'm doing, and
mm,
they're doing great too. So sometimes it can get discouraging. So to answer your question, this year I'm going to spend my time, or a portion of my life, giving back, and that's the
mm,
thing that keeps me going. Is the ability to give back, the ability to teach people, and that's part of the reason that I started up Chefpreneur Academy, was to
mm,
pay it forward. And something just spoke to me, man, to say reach out internationally and help your brothers and
mm,
sisters across the globe make to be that connection. And that's the thing that's going to keep me going this year, is talking to great chefs like you, from all over the world, getting some insight and find out that we have a common ground. Like we have something
yeah.
common, and that's the love of culinary, the love of food service, the love of hospitality, the love of this industry is what keeps me going. Being able to take those raw ingredients that you were saying earlier, manipulate them, taking that skill set that we
Yeah.
got and put it on the plate, and people are enjoying my food. Like I
Yeah.
think for any chef, that's the things that keep us going. This is not the highest paying job in the world. This is not the
Yeah.
most glorious job in the world. And for years here in the states, that was about the only thing that black people could do was cook
Yeah.
or be servants. So
Mm.
that's the disproportionate gap you see right now, even on television, with like Food Network or other big companies. You see chefs, you don't see a whole lot of representation of us being displayed as
Mm-hmm.
being those great and phenomenal chefs. So this is my effort. This is my step forward to let the world know, hey, we're here. Chef Tosh is here. Chef Ponder is here. We're here,
Mm.
and listen to our story. Listen to what we got to say. We're great chefs. We're killing the game, and we deserve to be heard. So that's the thing
Yep.
right at this point, bro. That's going to keep me going, man. Is to allow what I've done so far in my career, because I got a little bit of light. I mean, I'm not a celebrity. I'm popular,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to use my popularity and my light and share some of that light with chefs like yourself to show the world
Yeah.
that, hey, don't just look at Chef Ponder. Like there's Chef Ponders all over this world, and there's chefs that are younger than
Yeah.
me, that are doper than me, and I want to share that spotlight. So to answer your question, that's the thing that keep me going, bro. Is just the ability to share. You know what I'm saying? And from
Yeah.
hearing what you're
Yeah.
saying too, we're kind of in tangent. Like, listen, man, anything I can do to help you, and it's just me naturally, man. Anything I can do to help you, even even after we do this live, bro. Like
Yeah.
seriously, anytime you need something, man, just hit me. Like you got a question or you're not quite sure how to do something, whatever the case is, you just want to chop it up, man. Stay in touch,
Yeah.
hit me. It ain't gotta be this one time in this broadcast, whatever. We got Zoom, we got FaceTime,
Yeah.
we got all kind of ways to connect now all over the world. So let's stay in touch and
Mm-hmm.
keep it going, bro. You keep me
Yeah.
going. Chefs like you keep
Yeah.
me going,
Sure
bro.
thing.
For real. That's real talk.
Thanks. 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 Really appreciate it. All right. So yeah, your what you said, my closing statement, right, to upcoming chefs out there. So here's the thing. Starting is going to be very challenging. A lot of people will feel like, oh, let me talk based on how things are here in Nigeria. Okay, I just got out of culinary school. I want to work. If they don't pay me this amount of money, I'm not going to do the job. Trust me, the first few years when I worked, the highest thing I was getting was my transportation money back home. But at the end of the day, I know what I was getting. I was acquiring skills over the years. And right now, I am still acquiring skills right now. There are some times that people call me, I will charge very little money. It's not always about the money when you're starting off. Trust me, get the skill, learn from people, whoever you get the opportunity to learn from them. No knowledge is wasted. That knowledge is going to help you in so many ways. Right now, my cooking foundation is based on the free jobs that I was doing, and right now I'm getting paid for it. So trust me, start. It's going to be difficult, but over time you're going to start making that money. So right now, don't start looking at the money. You have a passion in you. You have a flame in you. Fan that flame. Let the fire let it light up. Let it glow. Let it burn. Before you start, don't douse it your fire out with money. Try and grow. Push yourself. Motivate yourself. Dream of food. Think of food. Dream of cutting yourself. Dream of burning yourself. Eventually, you're gonna get better. It just takes time, but trust me, it's gonna pay off eventually.
That's
Yep,
facts.
that's what I gotta say.
That's facts. You heard it from my boy right here, first man, Chef Tosh, man. Appreciate you again, man. Nothing but love, brother. Thanks again, man. We're gonna bring you back to some more stuff, and don't forget, man. We're gonna talk. I hit you up in your inbox next week. We're gonna talk more about doing that thing
All
over on the
right,
avenue. Hopefully, I can get in contact with the culinary school, get a couple of the culinary students, and we can do something over on the avenue where you guys can
no
actually
problem.
earn some bread, earn some money while you're doing your thing and cooking, whatever the case. I want to see everybody win. And those guys over at the Avenue, great family. Eric is a great guy. You'll meet him at some point, whatever the case is, and we'll do
Yeah.
some international cooking over there on the Avenue as well. But thanks, man. Thanks for your time, man. Good night, brother. Good morning, rather.
Thank you so.
Thank you
Good
again, man.
morning and good night at your side. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thanks for the
All right, Chef.
opportunity.
Thank you again.
I really
Peace.
appreciate it. Happy,
Thank you,
lovely
brother.
day.
Peace and love.
All right.
All right, man. That's my man, Chef Tosh, man. Chefpreneur Academy, Chef Talk, Chat and Chew. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all, those of you who will watch this episode, man. Chef Tosh, Nigeria is in the building. He's doing big things. Go follow him over on Instagram. Let me put his Instagram up real quick again so you guys can go follow my guy. Make sure you guys know who he is. He's gonna be something to be reckoned with, man. I'm telling you, bro, the brother's on fire. And when I came across his Instagram page, the brother just stood out. Like, I gotta get in touch with him. You know what I'm saying? It's not about for me. It's not about how many followers nobody got. I just seen something in him, bro. And he just shared a phenomenal story. Go check him out. Go follow him. Smash that follow button. Get with my bro. Some phenomenal things coming out of Nigeria. Deal with it. You already know what it is. My guy's on point at Chef Tosh. Go follow him. IG. We in the building, man. Chefpreneur Academy. Once again, y'all, thank y'all for checking in. And for those of you guys who want to join Chefpreneur Academy, let me pull my stuff up here. I want you guys to tap in with me. If you need mentorship, um, I'm here. If you're international, man, you just heard what Chef said. Like, we all about helping people, all about helping people grow, all about like helping your brand, helping you get to the next level. So if you need that help, you need that assistance, hit me up, shoot me an email, sign up for coaching. Hey, if you just want to talk, hit me up. I love talking about culinary. I love talking about getting people to the next level. Sign up now. Go to my Instagram, Chefpreneur Academy. Um, Send me an email at chefpreneuracademy@gmail.com. Send me an email today. I send you a link to sign up, man. Let's do it. If you know a chef that want to become a boss in the kitchen, hit me up. Let's talk. We got to make this connection, chefs. Like, at the end of the day, it's really just us. We got to hold each other down. We got to do what we got to do. Once again, thanks again to Chef Tosh for checking in all the way from Nigeria. Appreciate the brother. Nothing but love. And I am Chef J Ponder. Appreciate y'all, family. Peace and love.
It's Big V, the prolific producer.